Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. The market in FIFA 23 is crashing again, and it is legit mudded. And this time, it just hurts because we are losing a lot of coins. I know a lot of you guys are losing a lot of coins because this was completely unexpected based off of what we thought this warm-up series promo for the World Cup was going to look like. EA did the exact opposite. While they didn't drop content in packs, there was a new pack added to the store, a 100,000 coin pack, Season 1 review. I don't even remember seeing this added to the code, but people are buying that pack. There was a pack supply SBC yesterday that maybe supplied some of the gold cards. There was 2 decent value player of the months and a really good value end of an era card released via SBCs, and it just is all making everything right now, combined with the lack of weekend league demand and lack of buying teams demand because we're getting close to the World Cup promo, because there's no content this weekend, and because the team week is not good. All of that craziness is just coming at a forefront and coming to a point right now where everything is literally just dying on the market, and I don't think it's done. So we're going to talk about that today in the video, and of course count our losses, right? I mean, it sucks, but here's the thing I'll have to say, and I'm keeping it positive because A, you're gonna lose coins in this game. If you're trying to make coins and you're buying cards, there's gonna be times like this where things don't end up making sense and they don't go to planned and we lose coins. But we always bounce back, we bounce back further, and we will make these coins back. Yes, I'm disappointed, I'm sad because I've lost like 500k, 600,000 coins in the past day because of everything that's moved, but we'll make it back. Don't you worry. So without further ado, if you're enjoying the videos, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to look at some graphs on the footbin machine and just take a look at some of these cards that are just down crazy amounts. Of course, these cards right here are what are losing people so many coins. If you're losing coins, you're not alone. If you didn't lose coins yesterday, you're like in the minority, because I really think that myself, a lot of people on Twitter that I've seen, were just so heavily invested in seeing and hoping that these cards would go up a little bit out of packs, because this weekend seemed like it was going to be a non-10 weekend. But look at Perisic, from 140,000 coins all the way down to 104. I sold mine at 110 when he kind of had a slight bounce back. That is how basically all of these out of position players are. 477 for Cancelo. There's no way. Some of these guys' drops have been so extreme and so crazy that one thing I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the video is trading with these drops. He went from 520 up to 560. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on that Cancelo because there are going to be opportunities to trade in the panic selling today. Fred's 100k. Goodness gracious, all these prices are just disgusting to look at, and it's not just the out of position cards, it's gold cards. Look at Ronaldo, 343, Mbappe's down over 100k, Haaland is 70,000 coins. Bentancur's in form, who was 100k yesterday, is 38k. Wow, it is absolute bloodbath. The market is so mudded right now. It's ridiculous and it's painful, but it's also like unbelievable to see at the same time. And that's why I'm kind of like laughing about it. It just seems crazy. But it's happening everywhere, right? You're out of packs cards. I haven't looked at heroes, but I bet heroes are down a lot too. And again, there's just so many factors that come into making this market crash what it is right now. And that's what I want to continue to break down. But of course, you guys seen these prices. We've lost some coins. Number one thing is, I think it goes down further because that also, what we're going to talk about in a second is that lack of weekend league demand. And I'm going to talk about that first, actually. That's the first equation of what is going on in this game right now as to why we have a true market crash. We have a lack of weekend league demand. And think about it, if people are not really excited or hyped to go out and play weekend league or to play the game and to buy weekend league teams, and especially with the World Cup promo that is on the horizon that people are continuing to talk about, and you're continuing to see EA tweet about it. We just got back from being in London and we're recording about it and stuff, and that's just where all the hype is at the moment. That's going to not make people want to have tradable cards in their team as they prepare for what could be some insane World Cup content. And that's the driving factor behind a lot of the prices continuing to fall, and why I think they're going to fall further today. So like you saw me do with some of my out of position cards, if you see a bounce back, I think it's a great opportunity to take the cash on some of those. Again, I'm losing about 17k per Reece James card, actually a little bit less than that. Perisic was the big loss though. Sold all these at like 109, 110. I bought them for 137, and then I'm not selling my Cancelo for 470. I refuse, because it would be way too cheap if I sold him for 470, at least for right now, in my opinion. But throughout the rest of the market, with what's going on, I really think that this store pack has a lot of impact on why the market's dropping as well, because a lot of people go and they gamble on this with coins, man. And like, seriously, when I started the video, I was over here looking on the Foot Scoreboard page. I don't remember seeing this pack added to the code. This pack would not just slip through the cracks, and maybe it was when I was gone or something, but if I saw this and I didn't talk about it, I would be very remiss. A player from OTW, Road to the Knockouts, Rule Breakers, 10 rare golds, all items untradeable. Yes, I know it's an untradeable pack, but still, a pack of this caliber, when you look at the pack percentages, you're like, oh man, Nate, I have a pretty high percentage chance here of getting a couple special cards. People go and gamble on this, whether it's with FIFA points or with coins. A lot of people do it with coins, and since it's untradeable, you're not getting any coin value back. So this pack is going to drain value from the market because a lot of people open this stuff with coins. I know some of you guys may not believe that they do, but people do. And then also at the same time yesterday, let's say you're like building a market crash proof team, you're going to get some untradeable cards. EA dropped 2 fantastic value SBCs to try and out some fun new cards. Higuain, an Argentinian striker, end of an era. First card that we have had as an end of an era this year. 4-star, 4-star, really good looking card. Not the best of links, but fun. I want to do that card for sure. And then Gakpo is actually meta, right? I believe he's 4-star, 4-star as well, high medium. We already have some W Eredivisie cards that are in the game that you can link him to, and they're both really, really cheap. Now, Lewandowski's not that cheap, 92 rated, decent, not super insane, but just all 3 of these with that pack in the store and the weekend league demand not being there is really what is hurting the market right now. And you're like, Nate, what about some of the gold cards and packs? Well, yes, we did have a little bit of pack supply yesterday, but like, what was that? A small prime Electrum? That's not that much pack supply. But when people start to decide that they're going to sell cards, and when the market crash mindset really hits, there's no stopping it. Like, it is going to be bad and it's going to get tough. And that's what you're seeing right now with the market. It's just constant undercutting, constant hours of selling and of panic. And I mean, again, like the reason I look at this Cancelo and I think that he's too cheap is because, you know, he was 550K yesterday before these prices all started to die, and now he is down. He's 470. Like, guys, some of these prices, and this is what I want to talk about a little bit towards the end, is you're going to see panic selling amounts that are too big, too much, and those rare cards are going to bounce back. So we've lost a lot of coins, but we're going to look to make back some of those coins right away with the potential flips and movements on panic sold cards on this market. But again, I know it's like, Nate, you don't want to look at these price graphs because it's all just down, down, down. You know, some people might have said that part of the market crash yesterday could have been because of the Road to the Knockout upgrades that were put out, and I saw those upgrades right before I got on the plane yesterday, and they looked really, really nice. I do agree, but are people really going out and buying a lot of these cards? Like, Messi is 1.6. He's one of the only ones that has kept his price really, really well. Some of the other middle to lower tier ones have done decent too, but like Valverde is down, Aubameyang is down, Foden is down a lot, 280K. But again, a lot of these prices I think really crashed with the rest of the market going down yesterday. And if we wouldn't have had this market crash yesterday on the whole market, I don't know if all of these Road to the Knockouts would have gone down as much. I just think that the whole market crash in general is pulling everything down, except for a couple of these guys that are maintaining their prices decently well, but only a few of those are doing that. But everywhere you look, I mean, Holland 500K, like what? Like, that's crazy. I mean, it just sucks, guys. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush. It sucks. It sucks to lose coins. It's painful, and it feels like all the hard work that you have been working on to make sure that you can have coins and do fun things in this game, it's like just it gets thrown out the window is what it feels like, and it really, really does suck. And I 100% understand where that thought process is coming from. So if you lost coins yesterday, maybe this is my pep talk for you. like try to forget about it as fast as you can, because just as quickly as you lost coins, we can make them back. Maybe not like in one day, but we're going to be able to make those coins back, because EA is still going to be dropping content on this game, and we know that a lot of other times where we're expecting market movements to happen and they actually do happen, where we call things correctly, right? But that's the hardest part about this market, and that's why, you know, we even have this conversation every day on YouTube like we have, is because there is an element of surprise every single day on this game. Yes, we have leaks, and yes, we think that we know what's going to happen every single day, but it's days like yesterday and weekends like this weekend that really enforce that we don't. That EA is ultimately still in control of this game and in control of the content they release, and can do anything like this at any time when they want to and make the market drop a lot. So a couple quick things about content yesterday as well before we talk a bit more is look into these gold upgrade objectives. Make sure you do them. It's an 83 plus gold rare player pack. I mean, it's not much, but it's something to do. And then the nation's dynamic duo. This is okay. Yeah, it's just okay. Espino and Stuani are in here. Stuani, yeah, Espino looks like the one that you would maybe do if you needed like a La Liga left back, but he doesn't look that absolutely insane either. But that's kind of, you know, the content, again, like I was saying, the content besides a couple of those SBC players and the pack in the store was not that great. Like Stuani and Espino, and then like Lewandowski. If that would have been all that dropped yesterday on Friday, I think we'd be having a completely different video today, right now on Saturday. But the Higuain, the Gakpo, and the store pack really made things get pretty crazy. So let's talk about the market a little bit more though, and especially on some of these rare cards. Like I was just looking at Yaya Toure. I want to look at some of these rare cards because I think there's potential to flip them today in the panic selling drop-offs. As I do expect cards to drop further, the rare ones do have potential to bounce back. And actually, I have to be honest, when we have market crashes, this is one of my favorite ways to trade, because you continue to see here that Yaya Toure continues to get undercut more and more. And it's basically the same thing that we had with the Joao Cancelo as well. He just keeps going down. Even though he had a little bit of a bounce earlier, he was down 520k, bounced up to 570, and is now down at 475. Like, guys, that's an 8% drop just today alone, right? The graph starts today, so from 515 down to 475. If I see a Joao Cancelo at like 450, I mean, obviously you have to time these flips very carefully, but that might be a price that's way too cheap. And again, I'm going to look at a card that is very rare, that is a card that is more expensive probably as well, because your rarity usually combines with their price. Okay, so look at this. Mohamed Salah 1.08. He went back up 100k. Right now, again, he's 1.08. I think that I would want him to go lower before I would try to buy him again, but that's the kind of thing you can look at today with more panic selling almost guaranteed. I would be shocked if the market really rebounded a lot today, because again, think about the basis of what we have that's going on here, right? The lack of demand. If we have a lack of demand and no supply, then, you know, cards are probably just going to continue to go down as people are selling their teams, as they're finishing the weekend league for those that are playing. And if there really is a lack of demand and nobody else is going to buy, then the cards are just going to continue to get undercut, and they're going to go lower and lower. Yeah, okay, perfect example is Yaya Toure. He's down 100,000 coins right now. If I see this card at like 1.0, I don't even know, what is he right now? 1.06. If I saw him at like 1.05, I would get very interested. 1.04, maybe so there was a few of them listed here. Ooh, 1.026, right? This is the kind of thing we can do too. Look at the bids. The bids during a big sell-off and during a panic sell are incredible for the short-term flips. Now again, let me stress that, right? Short-term flips. It's gotta be a very short flip. I'm talking just like you saw here with the Salah that bounced up, or when Cancelo bounced back earlier. The graphs are going to look like this again today on Saturday. It's going to look like this right here. You're going to go down, 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 hit a low point, and then boop, a quick spike, and then down back to where they were, and maybe even lower. That's why I'm saying I want to see Salah like 1.04 or 5 or something like that before I would want to buy him again, or like I want to buy Cancelo or Yaya Toure even cheaper than what they're at right now, because of course I'm expecting their prices to drop further into today. But again, it's all about the quick sell prices, about the quick flip. That is the key for this stuff. I like heroes for a quick flip. I like icons. I like the out of position cards. I even like some of the meta gold cards, right? I mean, Ronaldo is 343. That is an incredible 340. He actually, how low is too low for a gold Ronaldo, right? Yesterday he was 400K, went down to 360, back to 390, right? This is when it was optimal sell time, like an hour and a half or 2 hours after content. Some of the panic selling kind of rebounded back, and now it's just going lower and lower and lower. So like if I saw Ronaldo, man, I might have to see like 320, but that to me would be like, okay, there's going to be some panic selling in the early hours today on Saturday, and there will be some bounce back just because that's what happens when there's panic selling like this. So watch out for those trading opportunities today on the game. Content-wise today, I don't believe we have any leaks, but as EA said, and as we talked about in yesterday's video, I still think there's a very minuscule chance that we could get another out of position player SBC, but I would assume that we would get a leak for that before it would be dropped. So we have Zinchenko, Higuain, Lewandowski, and Gakpo in the last 2 days. That's 4 SBCs in the last 2 days. Maybe they take a break from that today. Maybe we get those objectives for, or SBCs for those specific packs that are like Brazil, Brazil, Argentina, and Spain, and then Germany, England, and France. Those are like the nation guaranteed packs. I don't know if those are already out or not. I may have missed them, but probably some more warm-up series objectives, which, by the way, EA, and I haven't even covered this yet, the content yesterday was delayed. EA FIFA Direct, they delayed the content yesterday. It said some of the FIFA World Cup warm-up series content has been delayed. We'll provide an update when it's available. And then they released it. It was like 2 hours late. So I don't know what the deal was with that. Hopefully it does not happen again today, but we don't like the delayed promos, right? We didn't get an official loading screen for anything, but so that's not like they guaranteed us a drop time and then they failed on us, but promos are always at 6 p.m. UK. That's when you should drop the content. But anyways, I'm not expecting a huge day today on Saturday. I really just expect more prices dropping today, more pain, more coins to be lost for a lot of people on this market. And we're just going to have to keep watching this throughout the weekend to see where the low point is, because if you guys, this is really starting to feel like if it keeps going down today, what it's going to start to remind me of is a Black Friday market crash type of vibe. And we kind of thought that we might have a crash earlier this year because of the World Cup mode and all that stuff. The content looks insane, but usually the lowest point for some cards before Black Friday every single year was the weekend before Black Friday actually dropped. So all of the panic was so centralized early on that then stuff afterwards just went up, because then everybody sold and they're like, okay, when's the market crash coming? But the market crash actually is when everybody is selling, and then everybody goes and tries to buy, but prices don't go down any further on the actual weekend. They just start to go up because people get coins and they start buying. So that's something to keep in mind as we head into this weekend as well, is to watch. I mean, guys, if you see 50% drop-offs on some of these card prices, like let's say Erling Haaland hits like 50K today, or maybe even like 55K, like that's ridiculous. He was a 100,000 coin card, and that's a crazy price drop on him. But again, I will give a word of warning with the gold cards, especially if it's a gold card that is playing in the World Cup. I know Haaland is not a good example of this, but those red versions, those World Cup red cards, the limited ones, I think those are coming out with the World Cup stuff next week. So, you know, a player like, I almost said Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, yeah, he'll get one. I was thinking Champions League for a second. So Ronaldo will get a red World Cup card that's going to be in packs alongside of his gold. So it's just like the UCLs, or so we understand it now. And I think that gold cards are going to take even more of a beating next weekend and even throughout the rest of this week because of those cards that are going to come on the market. Now, maybe not for Haaland, because he's not going to get a World Cup card. But for most of these guys that are in people's teams, De Bruyne, Mendy, Van Dijk, Mbappe, Vinny, like those guys are going to be in their nation's squads for the World Cup, or at least the preliminary squads. So you're probably going to see them get that World Cup item, and their prices are going to drop. So that's one thing that we have to look out for this week as well, is another gold card version coming onto the game. That's going to make less demand for the gold card, because people see a red Cristiano Ronaldo and like, yeah, man, I would rather use a red Ronaldo with the World Cup branding on it in the middle of this World Cup promo instead of just a gold Ronaldo. So that's kind of the thought process with golds, is be very careful. Be very careful with anything in the stage of the market right now. And again, we're going to start to plan and to see where can we maybe make some quick flips today if you want to try to trade on the market like that. Or still, guys, I want to look at fodder for a second too, because how is fodder looking? Low. Wow. Yes, very low. But again, I don't think EA is done with any sort of like gamble pack SBC before the World Cup promo starts. I really feel like Monday we could still get some sort of icon, team of the week, or hero upgrade that could make some of these go up. So we're going to keep a close eye on this stuff throughout the weekend as well. If you want to make a cheeky investment, maybe hop on some bids. I bet this stuff was really low yesterday at the content. Yeah, ooh, 21K for Bernardo Silva. Yeah, so these guys were up a little bit. Now they're down some. Maybe if you catch a couple on bid and then you save it until Monday, you might be able to make some coins there. But I know, guys, it's tough. We're losing some coins. And honestly, again, like I said, the part that hurts the most is just that it was so unexpected, and it's just painful in that way. It really is. When something hits you blindside, it's painful and it sucks. So you know, we're gonna have to bounce back though. That's the mindset we have to have. We can't just fall over and be like, nah man, this game sucks and I'm done with it. We got to bounce back, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to flip some cards this weekend, and we're going to make some coins back. I'm excited to trade again, especially being motivated after this crash, but I have not traded very well in the past couple of weeks, being busy and stuff, and even being incredibly tired at the moment. You know, it's just been a lot going on, so I haven't focused on trading, and I'm looking forward to do a bit more of that in the next couple weeks, because with this World Cup content that's coming, we're going to need coins to have fun. And I want to make sure that I have plenty of coins, and losing 600K today on these out of position cards does not help that. So we're going to get past the losses. We're going to make some coins back, and we are going to have some fun in this World Cup content that is to come. So if you enjoyed today's video, smash a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. It's been Nate the Foot Accountant, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.